This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell and Unette Gentry. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. Today's news is also brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and East Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry. It is Tuesday, April 11th.
Well, the talk of the town was the wide load that got hung up on the two roundabouts in town today. A tractor trailer was escorted on its route with pilot cars with the help of several other law enforcement individuals as well.
Nevada Highway Patrol, Nevada Department of Transportation, Nye County Sheriff's deputies, and auxiliary units assisted the planned wide load transport, which was hauling commercial equipment through the town of Pahrump on its way to California, traveling westbound on Highway 372 this morning. The wide load was temporarily stuck at the Pahrump Valley Boulevard and Blag Road roundabouts. Traffic was temporarily blocked at both intersections during the event on Highway 372.
And in other local news, a toddler is checked out by medics at a crash on the south side of town today.
Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies were dispatched to a two-vehicle crash on Homestead and Gamebird around lunchtime this afternoon. All occupants claimed to be uninjured at the time of the crash. However, Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies decided to call Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue to the scene to check out a 2-year-old who was involved in the crash. Medics evaluated the 2-year-old for injuries at the time. It's unclear if he was transported to a local medical facility. Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies are investigating the cause of this crash. Traffic was diverted around the scene during the investigation and cleanup. Well, a female was arrested following a report of a stolen vehicle and a gun.
On March 9th, officers were dispatched to a personal residence after receiving a call about a stolen vehicle. After the owner of the vehicle reported his vehicle and his alleged firearm that was located inside of the Chevy Silverado, the vehicle was found outside of a mobile RV home. Reportedly walking out of the mobile RV home was Elizabeth Bala, and according to the Nye County Sheriff's Office, she had the keys to the vehicle in her hand. Bala allegedly admitted to taking the vehicle and the contents inside when deputies reportedly noticed there was a large amount of tools inside of the RV. According to the declaration, Bala denied consent to enter the RV and a search warrant was brought forward. The search revealed that there was approximately $5,000 worth of personal property belonging to the owner of the vehicle. During the search, officers say that there was 1.2 grams of a brown substance inside of a small glass jar. And after later testing, it was revealed to be heroin, and there was also allegedly 2 blue pills suspected to be alprazolam in a small plastic bag. Elizabeth Bala is facing charges of grand larceny of a motor vehicle, possession of stolen property, above $5,000 but under $25,000, and 2 counts of possession with a controlled substance. Bala was arrested and booked into the Nye County Detention Center.
And police arrest a man they say is wanted for possession of a firearm by a prohibited person, then reportedly find stolen credit and debit cards in that man's possession.
The Nye County Sheriff's Office says that a deputy conducted a traffic stop on a black Toyota Tacoma for what they say was no license plate lights. The driver of the Tacoma was later identified as DeAndre Gray, who police say had extraditable warrants for his arrest. One warrant was for possession of a firearm by a prohibited person. During the traffic stop, officers say they located .22 caliber ammunition and an open vodka container, as well as a California identification card belonging to another person and several credit and debit cards belonging to other people. One of the names on the cards returned stolen from a person in Pahrump who did not want to press charges. DeAndre Gray was arrested for the outstanding warrants and for obtaining and possessing credit debit cards without owner's consent.
Well, Eddie and his wife Elizabeth are racing cars for the Lord. They even built a racetrack for RC cars so that others can join in the fun. We caught up with the pair at the new track behind Trinity Church on Big 5 Road here in Pahrump.
Well, RCs for Christ, something that I just came into the RC industry, and just kind of liked it, and little by little bought more toys and more toys, and all through the time I started with a YouTube channel that was just sharing a message of Christ, a little message of hope on each and every video. And my pastor got to find out about it and watched it for a couple of years grow, just a tiny bit, and just seeing my devotion was solid and true. And he asked me one year, he said, was two and a half years ago now, that if I'd like to extend the ministry of RCs for Christ and attach to Trinity Church right here in Pahrump, Nevada, and be an extension of their outreach ministry. Yes. So I said, yes, let's do it. I'd love to build an RC track where we are. This is my home church. When we come from Vegas to Pahrump to spend some time with my folks who live here on the weekend, and we come and fellowship with the people here at Trinity Church. We started out with a small track, very small driver stand made of dirt, probably about 2.5 feet tall. And now we've got a great big 8-foot tall driver stand with a roof and everything.
I'm so excited to be part of this. I'm so happy for Eddie. He's just been praying and praying for the track to come to what it is, and we're so blessed and grateful that we had a private benefactor come forward and help us out.
Right here we run mostly 8th scale, buggy and truggy, whether it's electric or nitro, but we also run a stadium truck, short course truck class, which is 10th scale, and also we have a rookie class, which is run what you brung. And that's just about what it means. Run whatever you're bringing and just come out and have fun.
Today it's just for fun. It's all to test out the new track, the timing system, the quality of it. So everyone can today's just playing. It's just a fun day. There are races, there are series. You can see that on our RCs for Christ page. It is always posted there.
We could basically say that we'll be out here once a month having an actual race day. So all other days are open for practice except for Sunday mornings during church services. And we just ask that anybody coming out here to practice, even if you're alone, bring a rake and a shovel, maybe a hammer, and pound some nails back in the pipes and cover up some of the potholes that were made.
Okay, two funny things. Number one, Elizabeth was standing on a box during that interview because she's very short.
Hilarious.
So we put her up there, so she's not really that tall. And number two, no, Unette, it does not mean that you can speed because RC Cars for Christ
said they're speeding for the Lord.
Yeah.
So we can join in.
No, you can't speed. And US 95 is not the speed limit for the 95 freeway.
It
95.
says 95.
No, that's wrong. It's
All right,
completely
we'll be
wrong.
right back.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, Ryan Muccio gives a report to the Nye County Commissioners explaining how Nye Communities Coalition used funds from the American Recovery Plan Act.
President-elect of the Board of Directors for Nye Communities Coalition, Ryan Muccio, made a presentation regarding program status, outcome results, budget status, and future goals pursuant to the Nye County ARPA Plan, Recovery, and Policy.
I am happy to report that as a direct result of receiving the ARPA funds, we were able to complete a successful remote area medical clinic for the first time in Tonopah in early March. The clinic exceeded our goals, and we were able to help 179 individuals who received $72,698 in care over the 2 days. As we were planning, we thought maybe we'd see 50 to 75. We beat that halfway through the first day. So the overall consensus from remote area medical staff from Tennessee and the local volunteers was that the need in Tonopah for healthcare services is immense, but that's nothing that we didn't know. This clinic was able to fill that gap. I wanted to highlight a story of a lady, Judy, who lives in Tonopah, who came to receive dental services. She was so impressed with the work that she had done, that she spent the rest of the day going to people's houses all throughout Tonopah, encouraging them to come to the clinic and shuttling them back and forth. Our last count was she brought about 15 people to the clinic, so that was incredible. The community of Tonopah was very receptive and hospitable. The local businesses quickly adjusted and adapted to serve the large influx of volunteers and went out of their way to make sure everyone knew how important and appreciated the clinic was to the town. In addition to the financial support, I'd like to thank the various county departments who contributed to the success of the clinic as well, from the road department helping clear snow, to the county health nurse, EMS, the sheriff's office was fantastic, and also Fire Chief Scott Lewis with emergency management. It was a true story of a community coming together to care for each other, and we are grateful for the opportunity to facilitate this event. We're looking forward to working with the community of Tonopah to help facilitate the formation of a committee of local community members who hope to come together to plan another clinic for 2024. Without ARPA funding, of course, there will be a considerable amount of fundraising effort required to make that happen, but with enough time and passion, we feel that they can make that happen. Briefly, I am also happy to report that planning is well underway for the 2023 8th Annual Pahrump Ram Clinic, which will be held on October 7th and 8th. I look forward to coming back to this board to report on the successes from that clinic as well as the funding was additionally for Pahrump.
All right. Well, the Seroptimus Club of Pahrump is holding their annual Women's Fair. That is this weekend. They're welcoming everyone to come and attend.
The 15th, Saturday the 15th of April, we are going to have our 3rd annual Women's Fair. And we changed it. We started out calling it the Women's Health and Wellness Fair, and we decided we would like to expand on it and call it the Women's Fair. And it's going to be held at the Nye Communities Coalition in their multi-purpose room, so it's big enough for lots and lots of vendors. It's going to be opening at 11 o'clock and we'll be there until 3. They're going to be vendors for health and wellness because we didn't want to let that go. I do know that we're going to have a masseuse there. We're going to have a Reiki specialist there. We're going to have some people in business and finance, some fashion and style. So if you want, it's always good to feel good about yourself, and a lot of us feel good about ourselves when we buy a new pair of earrings or a new outfit. So there'll be fashion and style there. Like I said, jewelry and accessories will be there, some home decor and design, just a little bit of everything. And of course, keeping with the health and wellness, we'll have Nye Communities Coalition, we'll have their health and wellness there. And then we're also having a few classes that are going to be there too, that 30-minute classes that at any time during that the event that you can come in, and we'll be posting it up on the board when the classes are going to be. So if you want to take a quick 30-minute class about a specific subject matter that's near and dear to women, then you can go ahead and do something like that. Seroptimus is an organization that promote women and girls in our community through programming, and we provide scholarships. We provide curriculum to the high school for some classes for like Dress for Success, and things that will ultimately give women and girls the opportunity to become financially empowered and move on in their lives. So for the Women's Fair, our committee member is Nancy Davis, and her phone number is 702-289-6425. Or you can reach her via her email at SIPVPreselect. So that's PRESELECT@gmail.com. She is our president-elect and in charge of this particular program. If you're interested in membership, you can also contact me. My name is Linda Fitzgibbons, and my phone number is 775-764-1261.
Now, Nancy Byrne from Las Vegas TV Channel 2 shows us how tactical rescue teams in Vegas train with Las Vegas Fire to do high-rise rescues in this exercise on the High Roller.
We all know the High Roller on the Las Vegas Strip provides amazing views of the entire valley. But what you may not know is it also provides first responders with an amazing training opportunity.
600. Copy that.
These Las Vegas Fire and Rescue firefighters are part of the Tactical Rescue Team. They're called into action anytime there are emergencies such as swift water or trench rescue, major car accidents, and what they'll be practicing today, a high-rise rescue.
We'll be simulating rescue of if there's a problem with the wheel, it stops turning, we're tasked with gaining access to the people, lowering them down, and getting them safely off the wheel.
After a final safety briefing, everyone knows their assignment, and it's time to head up 550 feet into the sky to begin the exercise. From down on the ground, watching the actions of these rescuers is frightening as they climb exterior ladders, enter a pod from a little door on its roof, rappel outside the giant wheel, shimmy along a cable, trusting it will more than hold their weight, and finally gracefully dropping to the ground when their assignment is completed. They practice all of this without ever losing focus or taking for granted that what they are doing can turn into a secondary emergency to the emergency they're responding to if they get complacent.
It's a dangerous operation if it's not done right, so we're working high above the ground on ropes. So yeah, it's very important.
Training like this is vital to them being prepared if a real emergency situation arises. As they say, you can only learn so much from books and lectures.
You have to be ready for when the real emergency happens. We do so many different things that, we can read about it all day, we can look at PowerPoints, but we have to get out here and actually put our hands on stuff. So there's a lot of systems in place that have to happen, and we have to practice those over and over again, make sure they're done well.
On this particular exercise, some members of the Boulder City Fire Department are here as well. Captain Vendetti says different organizations need to work together should the operation involve a variety of skill sets.
Yeah, especially an operation like this, it's very manpower intensive, so we're going to need all hands on deck from all the teams. We're happy to do it. It's we're out there, all over the city. We cover all of the city of Las Vegas, so we're up on the mountains, we're swift water, we're trench rescue, difficult car wrecks, everything. So we're here.
All right, don't grab that remote. We'll have your health news and much more after the break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, if you've ever given your child a digital device to help stop a tantrum, you may want to think about it twice about continuing that habit in the future. Research shows it could impact emotional regulation long term.
When parents use screen time to calm a child's emotions, what they're actually doing is teaching themselves that it works, as opposed to teaching the child that they can manage their own feelings.
Dr. Michael Manos is a pediatric psychologist with Cleveland Clinic Children's. He did not take part in the study, but says it's important that children learn how to manage their emotions and identify their feelings. Otherwise, when they get older, they could have trouble expressing themselves in a socially appropriate way. So what can parents do to help prevent that from happening? When a child is having a tantrum, Dr. Manos says parents need to teach them how to manage their emotions instead of trying to distract them. However, he knows that can be challenging, especially when a child has trouble explaining exactly what they're feeling. To help with that, he recommends using descriptive statements while talking with them. For example, they could say, "You are very angry right now."
The problem with feelings is that many times children do not know what their feelings are. They cannot give language to their feelings. They can't name their feelings. And when you're able to name something, you are better able to manage it.
And the doctor says another option is to place your child in a quiet, comfortable space where they can collect themselves. Then when they calm down, you can talk to them about how they're feeling. With that being said, you should not send them to their room if it's a time out when they're being punished.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
We're taking
Another look
outside.
at
Yes.
Dante's view in Death Valley there.
That's gorgeous. Look at that picturesque sky. Clouds scattered, but it's getting warmer. We'll take a closer look at those temperatures when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on that local BTV app, the app you should have on your phone by now. Come on, get it on your phone. It's fun. Fernley, 72 degrees, 75 in Fallon. At 63 out in Carson City makes them the cool spot. And yeah, a little bit cool compared to everybody. You're in the only 60s in the whole state. Look at you. Tonopah, you saw 72 degrees, 74 out there in Goldfield, 84 in beautiful Beatty. It's 90 in both Amargosa and Las Vegas. But who wins the over-under? Las Vegas. Ring, ding, ding. Heading down to a low tonight of 61 in Vegas. Gorgeous weather. Death Valley, triple digits 2 days in a row. It seems like you're back at it, Death Valley. How about you? Here in the Paradise Prump, let's take a look. Our current temperature, 86 degrees, is pretty nice. 87 degrees a little bit earlier. Southwesterly winds to just 14 miles per hour today. Seemed kind. The sun rose this morning at 6:16 a.m. Setting this evening. Look for it at 7:14 as the sun sets. Beautiful clouds in the sky, and we'll have a gorgeous bunch of colors up there to enjoy that sunset with. Low tonight of 62 degrees is where we're heading. And as we head on into the week, it's starting to get a little bit blowy next couple days. Look at this 20, 18 mile per hour winds. Next couple days, dropping the temperatures back into the low 70s, but it looks like we bounce back on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh my goodness, what a gorgeous weekend ahead of us. Sunshine. Not too bad with the winds. It seems to be riding about 11 to 14 miles per hour throughout the rest of the week. 82, 76 on Tuesday. I think we're comfortably ensconced in the 70s. I don't think we're going to see the 60s again until later. I don't know, 6 months. Liking the weather. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
You know what's great about the overnight lows is people are still able to open up their windows at night and keep their house cool during the day.
And just turned off the heat on the HVAC system.
There you go.
Nice, gentle breezes, yes, and warmer days, which I do love.
There you go. All right, well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell.
And I'm Unette Gentry, and from all of us here at KPVM and Ace Country Radio, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next newscast.
Good night.
Good night.